signatures. With the M dogs and the off-road pad. So you know grid. Yep, getting my car serviced again, but this one is for my wife's car. So we know grid. Like I think I played that right. And then you can swing grid, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 8, go. 1. That one's cool. What else can you do with another basic exercise? Is you could take triple lip diddle, one that we all love. Not that one. And then we can that was bad, but you get the idea. And then we can offset the diddle or displace it by 1 partial. Like becomes, that makes sense. Not that many notes. All right, here we go. And then we can go back to our swing flamus, and then the tag. What's that last part? There's some herta work in there. And then there's just the placement of the 5 strokes. That, like the first 5 stroke becomes that 12th note into the 24th note. And then we have the paradiddle diddles. Becomes the like paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle. Becomes, and then we have the herta of the second paradiddle diddle also becomes 24th note. And then the diddle becomes 12th note, 24th, 12th. Then we have the release. That one's dope. So yeah, taking other exercises applying them back to the flam. So we have the gridded swung. Just to get used to the ba-ka-da-ka-da-ka-da-ka-da-ka-da-ka-da. And then we add the accents to it. And then understanding how that works. And then the diddle displacement. I like how that old triplet diddle, you can do to work on the tightness of that, like a single note into the diddle and make those 3 notes connect. Working on that. Random thoughts. I don't know how this is going to work together in a video, but let's see how it does. Also, what else can we work on? When you're working on flamming all the downbeats, we can also swing that. You gotta have a lot of patience for that third partial one. Feels familiar. That's the second partial. Feels like a tachata. Wife's texting. Making a video, chilling on my second coffee. Yeah. Hi. Maybe I'm a bother, but again, I'm gonna keep drumming until someone says stop. Okay, a bunch of random things I'll put together, but yeah, it's definitely the second partial. We gotta wait a long time for that placement of the flam, so we don't play it early and then remove the swing or the long, long, short vibes. The touch head at the third partial. That one feels weird on the left, but let's try on the left hand. Let's do straight and swing. 1, 2. Do that again. Getting twisted. swung. I'm not the best drummer in the world. Again, it's all in theory, but damn, it's disappointing to not be able to do that, and that's fine. Obviously. I don't remember that exercise. Shake hands with beef. Remember that? Oh. 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 All right, and then Flamus. Straight. I'm just kidding. Swing. Oh, it's fast. That's too fast for me. I can't do that. Let's try again. No one cares. Okay, how about stick control? You know, the ones with the shot. Shout out Casey, 2000. Man, 2010, I was teching. That was my first gig at SCVC with Casey. Cheese was on the line. Kyle Wong was on the line. Man, you guys were freaking phenomenal. Peter. That one dude. Neve. It's been a while. I'm sorry, guys. It's been like really long. That line was really special because I remember we were doing this. I don't remember the part was, but it was the left hands were two double high moms, and she's gonna attest to this. I was like, all right, let's do it again and again and again and again. And this space in between the hands, the fingers, if you do that enough times, especially if it's your first time, you're gonna get a bunch of friction in between your fingers. And I can already feel it just off 2 reps. And you can see it's already red. Bless their little hands and hearts. I had repped that part like a million times. And then I think it was actually Jesus that was like, "Hey, yo, B, man, I think we played this part. Like, I got like a blister in between my fingers," and he was super nice about it. But I, whatever spectral, whatever part of the spectrum I sit on, I was just repping it so much and so frequently that they had, I like that they had blistered in between their fingers so hard that the blister formed, was gone, and maybe starting to bleed a little bit. And I want to say that was like my last day. It wasn't, but that was, I didn't feel equipped to teach after that because I was not aware of what the consumer or the student needed from a tech. I was 21 years old. It's a baby. And I felt like I was not equipped because I had messed up. And again, the students weren't like, or the members, they weren't like, "Oh my God, I hate you." But that season also, we had cut a student, and then I had to bring them back in the room because I cut the wrong student member. I didn't have my finances figured out. I was, so many different things. So if you're teaching, coaching, just remember to be kind to yourself first. Mistakes happen. That's why I always say, like, forgive loud and forget quick and move on, because those things tend to weigh really heavy on us, like mistakes. So you have to learn quickly to let go of, you have to let go of those things so that you could be your best self. Or like in a lot of shows I'm seeing now where it's like, shine, you shine so brightly. There's a show called Behind Her Eyes. Such a psycho thriller. That show is awesome. The talent in that show is really good too. Shine as bright as you can, because there's so many things that are trying to dim that light, and if you let it, it will. So here's to shining on. Damn it.